Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we are here once again with more of the EA WRC Le Maestros DLC content. Of course, on Monday we went to the all-new Rally Monte Carlo stages in the Citroen Zara F2 kit car, and then also the DS3 WRC car from a few years ago. Yesterday, obviously, we dived in with Rally Portugal and the all-new Faith stages in the C4 WRC2 car and the C2 R2 Max Rally 4 car. So we've got two cars left to jump in. We've either got the Peugeot, or what we're going to be jumping into today is the VW Polo or Golf WRC car as well. Now, for this one, I'm feeling, obviously, we've already done all the new stages. I think we'll go to Rally Sardinia, because that one could be quite a fun one inside the game. Now, I could do some of the really long stages, but I think we'll stick to one of the more sensibly length ones inside this game. So I think we'll go with... Do we go with that one? Yeah, you know what? We'll go with that one then, I think, which should be quite good fun. The Alla del Sardi stage. We'll do it in dry conditions. And yeah, today we're going to be jumping in with the VW Polo R, WRC car. 6-speed gearbox, turbocharged, 1.6 litre, 4-cylinder engine. 315 brake horsepower, weighs in at 1,200 kilos. And yeah, obviously this was, I believe, the last WRC car before Seb Ogier obviously won his first title as well. So this is a fairly special car, as we'll get more into as we get into the video. For now, though, if you're new, please do make sure you hit that sub button. We're trying to hit 4K here on the channel at the moment. But yeah, let's see then what the Polo R is made of. Well, here we are then in Rally Italia Sardinia then. Looking forward to this. I might have picked some horrible sections of stage, though, to go on. One half of this rally I know, the other half not so much. Car immediately sounds good, though, which, you know, is always the first test we have to give inside this game. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, though, because I think, you know, for a lot of people, they're kind of looking at this car going, great. But I think it's rather special in kind of a few little weird ways. It's more of a cult icon than anything else. Now, obviously, like I mentioned in the intro, this was the last car that Seb Ogier didn't obviously win a WRC World Rally Championship with. Obviously, Sebastian Loeb up to this point had just been kicking faces in for basically an entire decade with Citroen, and it was kind of obviously as soon as Loeb obviously announced that he'd be giving up full-time competition, and obviously Citroen pretty much immediately joined him in kind of removing their support from the WRC. It was kind of a mad free-for-all between a lot of drivers for kind of who would be, you know, the next champion. And well, I'll be honest, I don't think anybody felt at the time that we would see another run that could even compare to the dominance that Sebastian Loeb had inside World Rally Championship. And then Sebastian Ogier basically did pretty much the same thing for the next few years. Obviously, he had a couple of times where he missed out. Obviously, Oit Tanak in 2019, probably the best example of that. But yeah, this was kind of the car, you know, that kind of helped him get to that stage where the next year he was kind of ready to go and compete for World Championships as well. And although it feels like a very long time ago now, of course, I believe, obviously, this was the precursor to the other Polo R that we've got inside the game. But obviously, this car was pre-Dieselgate. So this was obviously back in a time when, you know, VW, you know, across their group with Audi, with Porsche, everything else, they were taking part in a lot of stuff. So, you know, you had, like, the WRC, you had World Endurance, everything like that. And, of course, Dieselgate happened. And all of that pretty much stopped almost immediately. So that's why, you know, that Polo as well, Golf I think it is actually, inside this game, you know, close to 400 brake horsepower, and probably ought to have been a rally icon, but obviously has never quite materialised in that way. So yeah, this was kind of, I think, what a lot of people remember from VW's time in the WRC, but I remember seeing all the footage of the, you know, the new car, or new back then, when they were doing testing with it in the all-white livery, and it just was stupidly fast, which is always quite cool as well when you watch like the flybys and things like that. But yeah, immediately though, obviously, yeah, this car, it feels very, very fun to kind of throw around and everything like that, which, you know, is always nice with a Raw Rally car. You know, it's something we've spoken about in more recent times with the Rally 1 generation of, yes, they've got a lot of power. Yes, they are stupidly fast in a straight line. And they've got, you know, that downforce figures as well. But sometimes, especially in Rally, lightness. And lightness is just what you want in a rally car, I find. At least for me personally. And it's so nice, you know, like we said with the DS3 as well. Where these cars, you know, still have a lot of poke. I mean, they've got more power than a modern Rally 2 car still. Admittedly, only 50 more bhp in the Toyota inside the game. But yeah, kind of just that light, agile nimbleness that was kind of so enjoyable with that DS3. Absolutely carries over into this. You know, you can throw it around. You know, you can occasionally, as I'm sure I will continue to be on this stage, be a little bit optimistic into some sections, and sometimes that'll punish you, and other times you'll get away with it and you think, I wouldn't have got a modern war rally car slowed down into those spots as well there. Like I said, it sounds fantastic. I think all rally cars, though, pretty much sound fantastic, you know, which is always a nice welcome addition. And yeah, it just feels very good. You know, it's nice that we've obviously got this new class of car inside the game. You know, it's mad to think now, obviously, when the original Dirt Rally came out, this was still a very, very recent, you know, World Rally car. I think this one was actually in the game. Yeah, of course it was, because it was the cover car for that as well. So maybe I've got to go back to the original Dirt Rally at some point and just kind of see how that game holds up 10 years later. Maybe there'll be a video on that in the not too distant future as well, if that's something you guys would like to see. Oh, I thought I was going over into that fence then. I've done that before, where I've accidentally binned it into that field. But this time round, we will just get away with it. So we make our way up the hill, and this is the section of Sardinia that I do not get on with as well inside this game. So, yeah, I'll have to wait and see, you know, whether these smaller, more nimble cars are going to help us out through these sections of road, as well as we try and get the power down up towards the top there. Oh, yellow. Just, you know, you can clip the apexes with these cars. I feel like with these slightly older cars as well, they hold a slide a bit better. You know, this generation, you know, a lot of the important, you know, suspension tech and things like that has really kind of come together by this point. You know, so they are pretty stable and predictable and things like that in that regard. But yeah, you can just kind of, you know, these were cars that you were still hanging on. I mean, what rally car are you not just trying to hang on to at the end of the day, depending on where you're going? But yeah, certainly, well, very, very enjoyable. You know, this almost kind of feels like the last time that World Rally cars kind of felt pure. And I'm hoping, obviously, you know, as I've mentioned in recent videos as well, when we ditch the hybrid tech over the next couple of years, you know, hopefully we'll get some updates for the game as well, you know, with those non-hybrid cars. It'd be quite nice, and hopefully we'll kind of capture that magic all over again, because ultimately I think the big thing is with Rally as well, you know, the sound is a big component of that, which is obviously really important. But yeah, trying to make our way then through some of these sections, you know, that in a modern Rally 1 car are quite difficult, quite notorious on this game, or I certainly struggle with them anyway, where the cars are so big. This thing, not struggling as much, which is, you know, a good element as well there. Doesn't mean we are not trying to kind of drive too slowly or anything. We are just trying to absolutely give her everything she's got. Whoa, over the rocks. Just about able to carry the speed there to avoid doing too much damage. And again, you come out of the next corner. You know, this is a very steep uphill section inside this game, but it's got the grunt to absolutely carry it out. And it would not surprise me. I think now we've got this new class inside the game, it would not surprise me if we see some leagues crop up with, like, you know, like a 2013 championship emulation style thing. If anyone hosts a club like that, I could be really tempted to get involved. You know, if you have this, the Mini, and the DS3, I think I would go with the DS3. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. Someone like, you know, all the rallies that we can have inside the game. If someone hosted a club like that, would be a very, very welcome addition. Maybe that's going to be something I've got to do. Easy does it. Stay out of too much trouble. I mean, yeah, this stage though, like I said, I feel like I know bits of this stage, and I've definitely done it all before. But yeah, definitely still struggle exactly to know where I'm going inside this game. But yeah, I miss this generation of rally car. I think that's, you know, this was, like I said before, with the DS3, you know, it was this kind of generation that I kind of have vivid memories of, you know, watching Loeb wrapping up those last couple of World Championships and everything like that now. Obviously, in a rally, for whatever reason... Oh, no. Oh! That was not good. I think we'll take a puncture there. I seem to have to take a lot of punctures inside this game at the moment. It's just not going well for me at the moment. But as I was trying to say, of course, Rally, you know, until we got like Rally TV and here in the UK as well, Discovery Plus stream a lot of it as well. You know, back in the day, it was highlights on a Sunday night on ITV, I think it was, or like ITV4, I want to say. So you get to watch the British touring cars in the day, all day, and then it was, yeah, time for World Rally as well at the end of it. And, you know, I remember kind of seeing, you know, it was these types of cars that were going for it. Admittedly, they were doing a better job than I am, but, you know, that's by the by. Where on earth are we going? Come on, I'm steering that way. Just kind of sliding down the hill. There we go, back on the stage. But, yeah, I mean, this is, you know, apart from my terrible driving, again, a very, you know, all the cars so far in this pack have, I think, positively surprised me. I think part of it's just because I'm so used to modern war rally cars with all the safety equipment and everything like that. You know, they are obviously even safer, you know, which is never a bad thing, but it does kind of take a little bit of the charm away. But I think, you know, this generation kind of struck that great balance between, you know, they were heavy enough and safe enough that they didn't just feel floaty like a lot of the Group B rally cars do on this game. But also, you know, not too heavy and cumbersome like the modern cars do. I think we all look back, you know, with some nostalgia, you know, on cars of our own youth. And I think, you know, Group B will always be kind of the iconic era for rally. But I was thinking about it as well recently. I think you could make the argument that every era of, you know, rally is iconic for so many reasons. Like, it feels like pretty much all of the successful and sometimes the not so successful cars are fondly remembered in the future, which I think is a good thing as well, because, you know, these things, especially when I'm at the wheel, go through some absolute abuse there, as I'm so sorry I've messed up this stage horrendously as well. But I like to share my first driving experience, you know, with the cars as well, and, you know, kind of my first thoughts and feelings, which, you know, I think is important for these videos as well there. But, oh, come on. I mean, we're trying to give it everything she's got at the moment, and well, it's starting to come back together a little bit towards the end of this one. I've lost a few panels from the car, but, you know, it looks rally raced. That's the important bit, and, you know, something like this must be so cool. You know, if you own one of these in, like, a private collection or something like that, I don't know. I know Thierry Neuville's got quite a few of his old World Rally cars. Of course, obviously, he's always been with Hyundai. I don't know if someone can tell me down in the comments below, but whether, you know, Seb Ogier has some of these cars as well, or, you know, do VW just keep hold of all of them and things like that. You know, because unlike LMP1 cars and things like that, these things are fairly easy, I would assume, you know, to be able to do, like, show runs and stuff in, or give to private, you know, private buyers that either want to rally them or just show them off and things like that. Either way, I just think they're really, really cool, and something like this, although I'd never, ever in a million years be able to drive it anything like either they are able to in real life or I'm able to in a game because there's no kind of repercussions, it would still be quite cool, I reckon, as well there. But ultimately, I think it goes to show the quality of the cars inside this game, when this thing feels great, but I'm kind of not surprised by that. I'm surprised by just how bad my driving has been. But, you know, just all of the DLC, all of the cars on this game come with such a decent level of polish. That they are all really, really good fun to drive there. And even better, we've gone and survived the stage as well. Not my greatest ride in the world, but certainly still a whole lot of fun. But there we go then. A minute 35's worth of penalties. I think, yeah, had we done that stage well, we could have probably saved about another minute as well. So probably down towards 12 minutes if we kept it clean and tidy. Let me know whether, obviously, you've given this car a go, what your thoughts and feelings are with it as well at the moment. But yeah, that's going to do us for this one, and we'll be back very soon with more EA WRC content. We've got one more DLC to cover still. That is going to be the Peugeot 206 S2000, I believe. Yeah, you guys do not want to miss that.